had a great discussion last night with MixCoach members. Here's the one thing that you could take away from the music industry, and it would fall completely apart, and that's a song. So let me tell you about what I did this week. I was telling a friend of mine who's my neighbor, I was talking about all the advancements in AI and how much easier it is to actually get a song done. I talked about ChatGPT. I talked about Claude. I talked about Suno. As you know, I've talked about that before here. But and then I told him, you just what a different landscape it is, and we have to be really careful that we adapt to the new landscape, or we'll be left behind. And then walked outside of the parking lot, and I was talking to him about my daughter, and I was talking about a situation with my daughter where we had a discussion this morning, and I mentioned a hook line, and it was an accidental hook line because I guess I think like that, or I recognize hook lines, which is something I want to talk to you about a little bit later. Anyway, as an experiment, on my way to work, I pulled my phone out just like this, except I put it in voice memo mode. And I started talking. I was talking to my voice memo because it doesn't interrupt me. It doesn't lose connection, all that kind of stuff. It just records me. And then so I was saying, this is a song. It's going to be about my daughter. Here's the hook line. Here's here's what the way I want the verses to end. This is what I want to be this is what I want the first verse to be about. And then the chorus needs to be this anthemic chorus that blah blah blah, and the second verse needs to be about this. Now, this was an experiment, by the way, so I took what it gave me, good or bad. Mostly good. And then I said, I grabbed the transcript. Don't know if you knew you could do that or not. It's amazing. But then you can go into your voice app, your voice memo app, and you can grab the transcript. If it doesn't, you can go to edit it, and then you can transcribe it yourself. But most of the time, mine just transcribes mine. So I grabbed the transcript. I went over to Suno, and I put the lyric in there just like it did. Now, it needed to be edited some for sure. First of all, these are things that only songwriters will know to do, and that's the fact that I wanted it to be kind of a commercial country song, like a Morgan Wallen sort of thing. So I put that in the prompt, and I can tell you about that a little later, or in another video maybe. But I took the lyric just like it was, 3 verses, should have been 2, and a long bridge, double chorus at the end. The song was long, so the editor in me, just kind of like hands off the wheel a little bit. So I dropped it in there, told him that, exactly what I wanted it to sound like, and within a minute, it had a song that was pretty good. It was pretty good. It gave me 2 versions. So the reason I'm telling you that is that if you have a song inside you, and most of us do, they say that most of us have a book that we can write, and then I believe that most of us have at least a song that we can write. You have a situation in your life that you want to bring to life, and you want to contain that. You want to package that up into your feelings, emotions, and not just for you. Sometimes it is just for you. Sometimes it's to help somebody else through something else too. So if you have that, you have the tools to do that now. Now, you can be on the fence about AI, and I am. I love it one day, I'm petrified of it the next day, and I'm both most of the time. But the truth is, we've never had a more powerful tool. Now, a few videos ago, I mentioned that we should look at AI like it's the world's best assistant, and AI is like a really, really good songwriting assistant. It should not replace songwriting in general. And I don't know about you, but I can always kind of tell when a song is 100% AI, music, lyric, everything. I can even tell, that when AI writes something for somebody, because AI, or at least ChatGPT, or that large language model, whatever that's called, it has a style about it, and you can kind of detect that stuff. So you shouldn't, I don't think you should let AI just write a song for you. I think, at the very least, you should do what I did. Speak into your voice recorder. Say, this is what I want to say in a song. And you can even say in Suno, I want the verse to be, I want the verse to be 32 bars, or I want there to be a pre-chorus. And you can mark it up to where it'll do exactly what you need for it to do. But the thing is, AI should not replace what you do. It should enhance what you do. And when I say enhance, what I mean is that AI has the power. If you're a person who wants to barely do something and then take all the credit for it, then AI is going to help you do that. If you're a songwriter who wants to, who lets the lack of the right word keep you from creating a song and putting it out there, then AI is your friend, because it can help you do that. AI is going to only, I've heard that there's things that only enhance what you are. And I think we all have the ability to be on the negative side of that, acting like we wrote the whole thing. And then we have the complete other side of it where, you just want to, you're being held back because you can't think of the right word, or you don't have the verse that makes the most sense to you. AI has the ability to bring either one of those out in you. So my encouragement to you, I started this video by saying the one thing that the music business cannot live without is songs. So whenever I have someone who says, hey, I want to get started in the music business, what do I need to do? And I say, almost without hesitation, you need to be writing songs, because without the song, there's nothing to play on. There's nothing to produce. There's nothing to mix. There's nothing to master. There's nothing to upload. There's nothing to listen to. So the number one thing that you can do as a mixer, as a creative in general, is create. God, when he created the heavens and the earth, he created us to be like him. He created us to be creators. So there's never been a better time to have a bigger help than right now. If you've got a song inside you and you want to see it through, you should do it. Now, you can put your song in Suno, and you can write your song in Claude and in ChatGPT, and you can get it to a point where it's good to go. And then you can put it in Claude, and you can sing and play it so that it gets the melody, and you can upload it to ChatGPT. But I still think that the best way to create music is with people. The danger that we're under, and I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm getting it off my mind. The danger we're facing with AI is that, I said that it will intensify what you are. If you are a recluse and you don't like being around people, it's going to make that worse. It's going to make you not be around anybody, because why would you when your phone that's in your pocket helps you finish and demo songs? I still think that people are valuable. I still think that sitting in a room and collaborating with someone is valuable. And I would say, in this age of being able to have a thought and literally in 15 to 20 minutes have a finished demo of a song, you still need to be intentional about trying to be around people. We're talking to musicians, studio musicians. This is, AI is going to affect you. And what's going to save you is your relationships with people. So my advice would be to don't forsake the assembling of yourselves together, as the Bible says. Now, I know it's talking about the church and everything, but I think as people, the risk we run with AI is that you can feel like the phone with the app in your pocket is your friend, and there's nothing that takes the place of getting together with people, having conversations with people. So musicians, songwriters, mixers. Be intentional about trying to get together with people, create things together, but just know that AI is a incredibly cool tool, and so is Suno is AI too. But they're both incredibly cool. And I'll finish off by saying this. I've said this before several times. When the drum machines first came out back in the, I don't know, mid 80s, early 80s, or something like that, a lot of drummers thought they were going to lose their jobs to drum machines. They didn't. The smart drummers learned to use the drum machines. Orchestrators thought that when sample libraries came out, that, what do people need us for? Well, the best orchestrators or the best programmers that program orchestral stuff are orchestrators, and the best songwriters are already taking these tools and making them better. I think if we're looking back, if you're looking back, you can say drum machines were a good addition to music. They were. Keyboards, emulations, samplers, they were all great creations in keyboards. They spawned brand new musical styles, hip hop, sampling, all that stuff came from samplers. And looking back, all that stuff is a net positive because music is better as a result of it, in my opinion. And I think that when we're going to look back on AI, I hope I'm right, that the net result of having AI is going to be a net positive, especially if we know, especially if the right people learn to use it in the right way. All right. So anyway, all right. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you want a community of mixers, check out mixcoachmember.com. If you want some free resources, just check the link below. It is a resource I've got for you to help you mix better. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.